About a year ago, I reviewed Mortal Kombat 9, more commonly known reboot of the once great series. After taking a bit of a nosedive,
that's a stinky one.
Mortal Kombat died off for a while. Then, in 2009, Mortal Kombat made a glorious return, bringing brutal gore by the buckets full. Now, ignoring my angry rant towards the end, go check out that review to see what I thought of MK9. However, here we are around half a decade later, and MKX comes out. But what did I think of it? Here is the unbiased review of Mortal Kombat 10. So, the story. Mortal Kombat X opens up in the aftermath of the ending of MK9. It turns out Shao Kahn was just a puppet. That's right, all those years of beating up that cheap hammer-wielding Solomon Grundy was just a ruse. In fact, it was all masterminded by one of the Elder Gods, Shinnok. He's your cartoon villain from your childhood, just with a lot more blood. He wants to conquer the Earth Realm and rule the world. In the tutorial, Johnny Cage locks him up in the Netherrealm. However, the plot resumes with the next generation of fighters, and a handful of old ones returning to fight each other over political crap in Quan Chi until Shinnok breaks loose again. Then, it's thankfully not hammer time, it's time to fight a new boss. God, I hated Shao Kahn. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I really liked the majority of new characters. I thought that changing around the fundamental MKX character roster would be problematic, but every single character fits in nicely with its good moves, fatalities, and lore. Whether you play as Johnny Cage, Devore, or Jax throughout the story, you're in for a good time. Despite the comic book quality of the story, just being your typical conquering the world escapade, that's really all that this game needs to be. And gory, just don't forget the gore. However, I must say something about the game as a whole that annoys me while playing through the story. Certain characters are DLC. I saw this coming from a mile away. MK9 had it, but it wasn't quite as obnoxious. See, here, DLC characters like Rain and Baraka are fought in the story. Their moves are in the goddamn game! I'm sorry, but if you already have these characters ready to go, fine. If you want them in the game, fine. If you want to advertise them on my main menu screen, fine. But don't bait me by putting them in the actual campaign and on the damn fighter screen. That's shiesty marketing at its finest. Now, the gameplay. It's really the best that I've ever seen it. Your face buttons do various hits, the first trigger is used as grab, the block buttons and whatnot are all the same layout as they were before. However, it's just smoother. It blends together much better, linking combos is easier than it ever was before, and the game blends together nicely. Every fighter now has 3 variations where they have different perks and special moves, and while some people may look gimmicky, the majority of the variations flesh out characters to levels never seen before. However, that does pose the question whether it would have been better to have less fighters with more variations, or more fighters with less variations. I believe that both are clearly possible as evinced from the in-your-face obnoxious DLC marketing. The combos are bloodier than before, and certain elements from Injustice, like the aforementioned combo linking and stage interactions, have been brought over to much bloodier proportions than its superhero predecessor. The fatalities are better than I've ever seen them before, as some of them in the past were more than lacking in any appeal whatsoever.
Wins. Fatality.
Haha, those games were terrible. But anyways, in terms of quality gameplay and fatalities, you've come to the right place. Also, for us skilled fighters out there, they brought back brutalities. These are quick, gruesome ways to finish off an opponent. They must fulfill specific circumstances to be completed. For example, with Ermac, you have to absorb souls in their chest and take 10 special moves depending on the variation, or perform 10 special moves. Then there are faction kills, which you get depending on what faction you pick at the beginning of the game. That's right, there are factions you join upon booting up the game, and you get faction just for playing the game. Now, other than the story, there's tons of single-player crap to do. First off are the towers, where you go through a traditional 10-man ladder like the other games. Then there are faction towers, where you fight to earn points for your team. Then there are test your luck towers, where random modifiers are thrown in. There's so much content for people who have no desire to play online or have no friends to play with. Unlike some games, you don't put in single-player. You trying to hammer the point, guys? Are you? I have friends. But anyways, for those of us that do have friends, we have multiplayer as well. Playing locally is a novelty I don't see anymore in a lot of games. At least some games haven't forgot. Thank you. There is online multiplayer too, with tons of modes. There's King of the Hill versus tower battles, and 3 versus 5 or 5 and 3-man battles. As you play, you collect coins. These coins can be collected in a crypt similar to MKX, but with a better and more improved crypt. Here you can get jump scared and explore and quest in an open world crypt from a first person view. It does need work and refining, but I hope that it returns in a future game. However, I do have one major problem with this game. Remember how on my MK9 review how I said that the crypt needed more fatalities and whatnot? Thank God, they listened and they did it. Well, now most everything in the crypt is a fatality, costume, and brutality. Don't get me wrong, I love this. But this time around, the coins are inflated. Why? Why, you might ask? That's a good question. Because of this crap. No, stop it! NetherRealm, you are better than this. You are not an EA. Pull it together. Now, any nitpicks? Let's see. None. I honestly think that Mortal Kombat X is a near flawless game. Last year I said that Mortal Kombat 9 was the standard by which I measure all fighting games. I'm re-amending that to MKX. This is literally the best fighter I've played, taking influences from other games that have not worked out well over the past 7 years and implementing them quite well. If I have any nitpicks, it's that one feature from the game I have ripped on this entire review, the game that I have absolutely shat upon, should have this feature in MKX and I would die a happy man. Oh, the dolphin flip looks so dumb. So now, my conclusion. In conclusion, Mortal Kombat is the standard by which I will now hold all fighting games. It has pushed the genre farther than I've ever seen it pushed before. It improved upon a game that I viewed as nearly perfect. The fatalities are much gorier than ever before. I believe that one of the worst things about this game is its lack of a local tag team play. I don't see why they did this, and I don't think I ever will. But other than that, this game is amazing! It has buckets of gore, tons of memories, and was the best game I've played this year next to Bloodborne. I doubt it's going to be topped, but Arkham Knight and Witcher are still on my playlist. It was so good that I gave the game back to GameFly and bought myself the game from GameStop simply because of its sheer scope and amazing quality. Mortal Kombat is genuinely a great game. I give Mortal Kombat 10 a full and enthusiastic 9 out of 10, with the only thing dragging it down are the DLC marketing, lack of primary characters that are clearly in the damn game. Look, I believe that this game has truly shown me that 2014 is behind us. Between Bloodborne, Witcher, and Mortal Kombat, this is going to be a good year for gaming. Well guys, this is Tom from the UBR, and all of you have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time on UnBiased Reviews.